we can't really vlog at the moment. I mean, well, I've been trying for the last year, so I'm kind of bored of filming vlogs just in the house or going out essential shopping or whatever. I've come up with an idea. A new series, Straight Facts. And each episode I'm going to take one subject that means something to me or relates to me in some way and just talk facts about it. First episode coming up right now, Cerebral Palsy. Now yes, obviously I've spoken about it before on my channel, but if this is the first time you are seeing my channel, watching one of my videos, I have cerebral palsy, and this is some straight facts about cerebral palsy and what it is. Cerebral palsy affects over 17 million people worldwide. 1 in 400 babies born in the UK have cerebral palsy. That is a big number. There are many factors as to why a baby is born with cerebral palsy, or also known as CP, difficulty or premature birth. Now, I've heard of this before, and I think I might have mentioned it in a video, but having twins or multiple births also is an increased risk factor of, apparently, a mother's age also has an effect on it as well. If you are aged below 20 or over 40, the risk is heightened as well. Probably not extensively, but it's just listed as a risk factor. Also, if the father is under 20, I don't really understand what any of that has to do with why somebody might get it, but apparently it does. And also, you're more at risk if it's your first child or fifth or higher. These are actual facts. I check them out on official websites. These are actual facts. We are talking straight facts right now. This is one that I kind of knew about as well. A baby's weight can affect it. So if it's less than 2.5 pounds, it's probably more at risk for sure. Premature births is probably one of the, or if not the most common reason for it to happen. Lack of oxygen during the birth is a common factor. 3 main types of cerebral palsy. The first one is spastic CP. The second one, now I might butcher the pronunciation, so apologies, dyskinetic CP. And the third one is Ataxic Cp. It is most common for people or the person with cerebral palsy to have a mixture of 3, so then you get mixed CP. So let's start with the top one, the first one that I said. Spastic CP means that the muscle tone is tighter and it reduces the person's range of movement. So all of your arms and your legs, any limb that you would use and need to move is going to be tighter. The muscles around it and the ligaments, it's going to be restricting and can be painful because you can spasm. Dyskinetic CP, I'm probably saying that completely wrong right now. It causes uncontrollable, involuntary, sustained or intermittent muscle contractions. Sorry, I was reading it off there, and the sun has decided to blind me. Ataxic CP is defined by the inability to activate correct pattern of muscles during movement. So I'm guessing somebody will try and move and the body won't move in the way that you want it to, so it will affect the way you balance and your spatial awareness of what is around you. Ataxia can affect the whole body. Most people with ataxia can walk, but they will be unsteady when they are doing this. The movement will be shaky, so they haven't got full control. And it can also affect the speech and language. Muscles and the way you move affect every part of your body, especially if you're putting so much strain on yourself to be able to do something. There are other terms that you may come across when talking about a mixed CP. Hemiplegia, which one side of the body is affected. Then you've got diplegia, which two limbs are affected. Monoplegia, one limb is affected. Quadriplegia, where four limbs are affected. That is why there is such a wide range of cerebral palsy, because it's kind of a blanket term. There are so many different combinations and ways that it can manifest itself that no two cases of cerebral palsy are the same. Some people also, as well as cerebral palsy, because of it, have associated conditions, but not everybody does. These can include learning difficulties, but children with CP do cover the same range of intelligence as other children. Epilepsy can affect a third of children. Hearing impairments only affect 8% of children with cerebral palsy. They can, in addition, have problems with sleep, communication difficulties, feeding difficulties, and drooling. Now, when most people speak about cerebral palsy or they think about cerebral palsy, I think that they relate those conditions with anyone who says they have cerebral palsy. There can be some people with the severe cases of CP that have problems with toileting, so they will need help doing that. There can be behavioural issues which affect 1 in 4 children with CP. A question that I have been asked before and didn't really know what to say or if they were actually being serious, because it seems to be the case that people think that it's going to get worse as you get older, and that's not true. It stays the same. It's not an age limiting disability. In general, people with cerebral palsy live the same amount of time as someone would without it. It doesn't affect how long your life is going to be. That's why when people say things like cerebral palsy and you've never experienced it before, there needs to be some kind of a definition or an understanding. So I'm hoping that this video and other videos on my channel, because I tried not to speak about stuff like I have done before in this one, but I'm hoping that people who haven't had any interaction with anyone with cerebral palsy or any form of disability that can range from one thing to another, get some sort of an understanding that just when someone says they've got cerebral palsy doesn't necessarily mean, even though it will trigger the worst case scenario in someone's head when they only have a basic understanding of what that might mean, I'm trying to show and tell that the life is not like that, and there are many people with this condition who are able to help make that understood, and also understand that we are lucky to be able to do that, because it can affect people in extreme ways. Right, I'm going to try and make this into an episode now, so I'll see you in the next one.